Okay, 1792, good luck. That should be growing green there, just has. 5,500 games for my opponent, that is really good. Okay, so just a perfectly normal carrow. Let's just play the standard knight up. You just got to watch out for the potential smothered mate threat depending on how you actually play this. Let's just play knight up so we can take back if he takes. He comes forward. So we've got options here. We can take the knight. Actually, has he just blundered? No, he's alright. Take, queen takes, check, but he can actually block. Okay, so check. Bishop black, back, I think is fine. I'm going to just take this knight first though and play it, just in case he blunders it, and I'll just play queen back. Throw the check in. There's always a chance you might miss it. He should just block and I'll drop the queen back. Just to hit the pawn. Then we've got knight across coming. Okay, so he's played bishop over, so I'll hit the queen and go after that bishop. The only reason I played this line was just because it gave my opponent a chance not to see that and blunder. That was the only reason I played it. So we've got knight across now to hit the queen. I think that makes sense actually. Get rid of this bishop. Let's just see what he does. Depending on where the queen goes, we might get a development move. So I'm just looking at whether it's worth not taking and going here. But he doesn't have a good move to get the bishop out of the way, does he? Well, bishop here, is that a bit annoying? He doesn't have that. If he goes here, I can grab the pawn. So bishop up might be a move, but... no, I think I'm just going to take and just keep it simple. Oh, he's gone with the queen there. So does that allow e5? And if you take, you get your queen pinned. So you won't be able to take the pawn. So e5 could be a move here. Am I missing something? Because I'm already well out of theory here. Or at least theory in my own head anyway. But e5 looks to be a move to me. Okay, I'm just going to play it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But that's the threat. And my opponent should be strong enough to see this. But I'm threatening to actually win a pawn. Maybe you can just castle or something. Yeah, so I'll just play a move like bishop up or takes bishop up. Yeah, so he's seen it. So we're going to grab the pawn. And we're going to try and develop our bishops and probably go kingside, but we'll just see. Oh, well, I'm very happy to take there, at least as a principle. Then he's got pawns here, and we've got a pawn that we can hopefully protect. So that's a good candidate move. Is it worth throwing a check in? If you block, I simply take, so that would be good. So here, what's he going to do? They're the other moves you've got, other than blocking with that pawn. So if we play here, you can block. It's awkward, isn't it? It's awkward. I like the more simple approach of simply just taking. We definitely get the queen off that way, but I can check here. Say you go here, I can maybe check here as well. We can throw this in here. Check, but the king might be escaping, I'm not sure. So I'm just looking at this idea, c5, but you can challenge the pawn, it might get a little bit more messy. I'm going to throw the queen check in. My instincts are actually telling me just to trade the queen there, that's what I'd normally do. But I've still got a move like bishop up. And try and get this bishop somewhere, so he's played there, so we can throw a check in first or just bishop up. I like just bishop up, I think. So here, he takes... might not be quite so good, might it? Yeah, might not be quite so good for me, that. Let's just go here so we've got the option to come up and support our pawn. c5 might be sensible. But I like bishop up to try and cut the knight. Just trying to castle now, then I don't mind risking a pawn sack so much. So let's go here. Idea pawn up. I probably should have traded. My instinct was to trade the queen. And I think I would have had a much better end game. So do we do it now? We can trade here and we can play a move like bishop up. That seems strong to me, so I'm going to do it. I could have done it early though and brought this pawn across, and that would have been a passed pawn, but I think I can still work something like this. If he ignores this, I'll obviously take and just double his pawns up here. So he's gone back. So I think I should just prepare to go forward here. Do I come back here and attack this? I don't think so. He's threatening to capture here, though. I'm going to play rook across, just so if he takes, I can take with a check. But this is what I'd like to do. But yeah, I should have traded the queen earlier on that, a little bit earlier. So let's see if he piles forward now. He does, so I'll drop back. Like I say, that's what I'm trying to do. So bishop comes up, well again, now he gets an isolated pawn. So that should be good for me. So now we've got a target. So I think we just come back and we hit that pawn immediately. If rook down, I can come forward, although there is a potential target for him to go after, but it's an option for us. We could do this and then this maybe. Okay, I'm just going to take and attack the rook there. So now I've got the option to do this. My bishop's then fixed though, so is that bad? I could play bishop here. I could just play pawn up and plant this, but then the bishop is essentially fixed and out of the game. So bishop back, rook down. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose it. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go here and risk planting my bishop out of the game. But I'm going to fly these pawns forward if I can. The worst case is he'll get his knight to challenge my bishop. That should be the worst case. But obviously I need to push one of these so I don't have a back rank checkmate threat. That might be what he's going for there. So here, rook takes, or pawn up. Knight can come down, the pawn can go up. I think I'm okay to push potentially here, depends what he does. He's playing this very, very quickly. He's going a tad bit too quick for rapid. Or it feels like that. So can we allow him to take the pawn I'm looking at here? Pawn forward. If he plays rook takes, then what about rook across to hit the knight? There's no knight check. If the rook goes to guard, we can go here. Rook comes across, bishop down, he's getting trapped, I think. So I might be able to allow him to take there with a move like this. He doesn't have to, of course, he could just move out the way. Oh, I've just got the simple rook across, haven't I, actually? Yeah, rook across looks simple. My bishop guards my pawns. So let's try and force the rook off the board. I'm getting really low on time, but obviously I've got to play quicker in the second half now. I think my opponent's gone a tad bit too fast. Maybe I've gone a tad bit too slow. But we'll just come across here. But these are solid, or they seem to be. How do we do this? I assume I just go here and take back and just try and keep these protected. It's not easy though, because he can get his rook in, or he doesn't do it. So rook across should now be a move. I don't think he'll take here. I think that would be better for me, but I'll pre-move in case he does. So I've got 4 minutes to try and convert. So what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're actually 2 pawns up with the potential to get the bishop in the game. So do I do that? No, he's got knight check. He just missed, actually. He had knight check there, winning a pawn. So I'm a bit lucky that he missed that. And then these are marching down the board. I might need to do something like this to drop the bishop back over, I think. So I'm just going to play that quickly now and then drop the bishop back. I'll start marching forward if I can. We're threatening to take or to push on, but yeah, he did miss check, didn't he, to collect a pawn. Oh, he's come forward. Okay, I'm assuming I simply push on there. That must be good for me. I mean, if he takes, I'm really good, but I've got a protected pass pawn, so he has to try and target this. Bishop guards this. That one's not quite so critical, even if I do lose it. Obviously, if these pawns march down, then there is a forced breakthrough, depending on how he pans this out. So back, where's that knight going? I don't see. So I'm just going to come back and hit the knight and maybe go here if he comes back. Then we can just try and push a pawn. And oh, he's gone to the side. I assume bishop back is good then. I'm going to try and push this pawn here while his knight's out the way. Try and create a pass pawn on this side. So he's threatening to come back in. So I'm going to step up to stop the knight coming here and then still aim to do this. Knight back, I can step forward another one. So does it matter which I go to? I'll go here so there's no check next move, and I'm still going to look to do this. So here, takes, and then I can just push on and protect it the following move. And then his king or his knight are really bogged down trying to guard this, but we've got a push here. It does let the king up, but it's a push. Oh, that's a pawn. So if I take, he goes here. So I'm just going to come up first to guard, threaten to capture. And then I can hopefully distract him this way. Here, king up. Here, king up. It doesn't actually promote for me there and then. Oh, well, there's a pawn, so that should be winning now. As long as I'm quick enough. As long as I'm quick enough. And I don't throw some really, really bad blunder in. Like, if the knight manages to collect all 3 pawns, that wouldn't be so clever for me, but we should still be fine. Let's step up. I'm trying to collect this pawn now. Even if I lose my bishop, it's not maybe quite so critical. Because I should have just too many pawns here now. So I think we just collect here, or I can just run. Take. I think I just run this pawn. If takes, I take here. Or have I got bishop back now, trapping the knight? Yeah, bishop back. Now we cut the knight, so wherever he goes, we just collect, and there's nothing he can do now. So that should be game over. I've got 3 minutes to finish it. Be interesting to see what the engine says about the knight check, where he could have collected that other pawn. And then it would have just been a 1 pawn advantage, but it felt like I still had a better position, but that might have been his one chance here. But obviously you can't collect all these pawns. So we just get a couple of new queens, we cut his king, and we just move in for a ladder mate. So there's check and checkmate. Okay, so we managed to get the win, but a decent effort, well done. So we'll put that through the engine. I just pause first so I don't accidentally start another game. 61 moves we've done. I say there was that one obvious move where I hung a pawn there. Apart from that, it felt like I did pretty well. So let's just see what it is. But obviously I'm playing somebody a lower rated opponent versus myself. So, but obviously I don't know if my opponent will end up being higher rated. And that might have had a peak high rating much above that already. I have no idea until I check afterwards. So yeah, I've not played this perfectly. It's just been basically in line with how I normally play. So it's 89% versus 85% accuracy. We've got 3 blunders each, and my centre pawn loss is 34. That's right in line with what I normally do. 32 is my average. So there are plenty of blunders here. So where have we blundered? So the move b5 was a blunder. Yeah, so it was a blunder. So I'm already +3 better here, and I should have played a5 instead of b5. So again, on your own games, obviously you can turn the engine on and you can turn it on, turn it off. And you can just really take your time and play through these and see what it says. So yeah, it probably has something to do with collecting this pawn that I missed here. Rook to b8, apparently you should just take the bishop there. But that's why I played rook to b8, so I could take with the outer pawn. But apparently it is actually a blunder. So opponent should have just taken and I take back. And then rook e8 was also a blunder as well, so it's allowing this knight idea. The engine is saying, oh, I've just missed the free rook, I didn't see it, that's why. That's a blunder because my opponent simply hung the rook, it's just a free rook, and I just simply didn't see that it was hanging there. It does happen, so that's why that's a blunder. And then, yeah, knight in, I'm still +2.5 better, I just simply didn't see that the rook was on the bishop square, would have killed the game instantly. But in the end, not bad, not bad, so we got the win.